and gentlemen, your host for the evening, Kente Scott!
Hey, Comedy Cafe! Up in this thing one more time. Yes, I'm your host, Kente Scott. We have been coming to y'all 14 months through this pandemic. We've been coming virtually to your living room through Facebook Live. Y'all have seen over 100 of my comedy friends and brethren and sisterin. I don't know if sisterin is a word, but I just made it up right there. And they've all been funny. But in July 23rd, the fourth Friday in July, we are back live at the living room here in Inglewood. Y'all can come out to the show. There's going to be more information on how you can get to the show, but you can come to the show live. We can hear you laugh. You can hear us make you laugh. We can see the tears come out your eyes. We can do it. We can fellowship in laughter again like it's pre-COVID. Now, we're going to have all the safety protocols in place because we don't want to do no pre-COVID stuff and fool around and be back on detention, back in the house. So we're going to make it as safe as possible for as many people as possible that they say are allowed at that time in the living room. But we going from your living room to our living room in the living room in Inglewood, Faithful Central. We are doing this. Woo! I'm excited about it. We folks are getting back outside. You know, stuff is happening. I'm still watching a lot of TV because we outside, but we're not really outside all the time. Like my whole calendar hasn't filled back up yet. I'm starting to book road shows, and I'm nervous about where I'm going some places, but because like Salt Lake City, Arizona, Georgia, Texas, they wide open. They're like, hey, CDC said if you vaccinated, you don't have to wear no mask. So we just gonna assume everybody's vaccinated. So they don't have no mask. So I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna be masked up. I might just have to go out there with my hand like this every once in a while. But I got the vaccine, so pretty cool with that. And people like, you got the vaccine, but that don't mean you won't get sick. And I'm like, that's right. That's why I have my mask on. But the vaccine also keeps you from getting these astronomical hospital bills because the vaccine does not say you won't catch it. It says it will help you not to get as sick and not to die. I'll take those last 2 out of 3. I can, because I've been taking my black seed, all that. So I'll take those 2 out of 3. Not get sick, not get real sick, and not die. Because I had some friends that got real sick, and they got real sick when they got home and got that hospital bill. Like, Kaiser, you don't have to take all this, or I'm going to change my name. Every time you call my house, he don't live here no more. No. What's your name? Don't worry about that. Bye. But I've been watching TV still. Netflix is still my favorite show, my favorite network. Netflix been winning. Like in the beginning, Netflix just put out anything, and it was for a while it was like, Netflix, what you doing? But then Netflix was like, oh, folks getting outside, we got to put this quality back out there. So they've been putting out some good stuff lately. And you know, I love Marvel movies, I love comic books, I love superhero stuff. And Netflix came out with a show called Jupiter's Legacy, and the show is about 6 superheroes that got superpowers, and then their kids are now the next generation. Like, I didn't know you could pass superhero powers on to your kids, because in the comic books, they never had no babies. They just keep being superheroes. In the comic books, they are superheroes forever. Like, they never get old. Tony Stark ain't never really got old. He died in the movie, but he ain't never really got old in the comic book. No gray hairs and nothing. He just Tony Stark forever. Like it's Groundhog Day in the Marvel universe, in the comic book. So, but in Jupiter's Legacy, these dudes old, but they not regular old. Like, they got their powers back in 1927. Like, they got their powers the week before the Great Depression started. Hey, so they're like 100 years old now. So now they starting to get old. Like, ooh, all this flying got my knees hurting. You know, like that. They old like that, but it's been 100 years. So now their kids are coming up, and you know, the kids are different. You know, it's like real kids. Like, I would try to tell my daughter something. She'd be like, nah, I'm going to do it anyway. I got superpowers. I know how to fly better than you. And then they go fly, and then they land wrong, and they get beat up by the monster. And be like, hey, try to tell you, I've been doing this for 100 years. But the thing about it is, they get their superpowers, and a couple of them get attitudes. A couple of them are bitter about being superheroes. Like, I don't understand. how you could be bitter about being superheroes unless you get some whack superpower like I can tell time real fast. You know, something like that. Like I can do long division real good. Like that, those type of superpowers ain't no fun. But if you can fly or you can go in somebody's mind and make them think something else, or if you got super strength, any of those, invisible, teleportation, all of those, though, I'm never mad. Nothing is gonna upset me. I could be a homeless superhero. I'm gonna fly out that box every day so excited about being alive because I got superpowers. I'm great. I'm good. This is amazing. But in Jupiter's Legacy, they got like sibling rivalries. Like, why y'all, both of y'all got superpowers. Y'all both go fight it out. Go fight it out in the superpower ring. Get that out of your system. What are y'all angry for? What is going on here? I don't understand it. But most of the superheroes are whites, the others, the clears. So they tripping. Like, if it was all black superheroes, we wouldn't be mad at nothing. We'd just be like, hey man, I'm finna fly to Jamaica. You know, we be doing superhero vacations. Like, hey, you have to save America. Hey, I'm in Cancun right now. I'm gonna fool with y'all next week. We be doing that. I'll fly back. Hey, if they still tripping, I'll be there. Tell them to wait till next week. I'm on vacation right now. These superheroes never did no vacations. They was working on farms. Like, I'm not working on a farm if I'm a superhero. I'm living lavish. Like, if I'm a superhero, I'm gonna be like Batman and Tony Stark's, like rich. I don't know how I'm gonna get my superhero money, but I feel like if I'm saving America, I should be on a stipend. Like, I should be on a salary every time I'm fighting crime in Gotham City or saving y'all from Ultron. I should get a nice check. Like, whatever the best NFL contract is, I should get that. Matter of fact, if I'm a superhero, I'm not even gonna tell nobody I'm a superhero. I'm just gonna have the best NFL contract. Like, I'm just gonna be the best player in the NFL. I'm gonna be like the Tom Brady or the Peyton Manning or the Todd Gurley, cats like that. I'm gonna be an all-pro, all NFL. They're gonna be like, how is he still playing? He is 75 years old and he is great. I'll be like, hey man, you know, I take my vitamins, I drink plenty of water, I get my rest at night. You too, kids, you too can be great if you was a superhero. But don't tell nobody that. But I'm playing the NFL for 60, 70 years. At night, I might fight crime. I'm going to have a little side hustle because as a superhero, this is what I also learned. You ain't got to invest in a lot in terms of your mask. Like, you ain't got to really hide your secret identity. Superman, all he did when he was not Superman was put the glasses on. That's it. Like, everybody in Metropolis was nearsighted or farsighted or had cataracts or something, didn't have good vision because people would work him in his face and be like, Clark, nobody ever once said, you know, you look a lot like Superman. People tell me all the time who they think I look like. Like, you know, you look just like D.L. Hughley. You know, you favor Will Smith. All of this, you know. But nobody in Metropolis has ever said, you know what? If you put that little bang down right there, you look just like Superman. Nobody ever said it. So he lived his whole life with just glasses. That's all you need. Green Lantern, all he did was put on the Green Lantern little mask right here. He didn't even have a whole face covered. Like, he didn't even have his hair covered. But what I realized from wearing these masks is that you can't really recognize a lot of folks just from their eyes. So, like right now, we would have a whole lot of superheroes because you cover this up. People would be like, who is that? Oh, that's Clark. That's Clark Kent. Be like, no, that's Superman. But that's what I'm saying. Like, nobody ever invests a lot of money in their secret identity, except for Iron Man. Like Iron Man, but he didn't have no superpowers. He had to get in that suit. But the real ones with superpowers, they don't do a lot. They don't do it. Spider-Man does, but he's a kid. And, you know, you don't want to go to high school and people are like, hey, man, you Spider-Man. And, you know, you still got to pay for free lunch. You know, you still on the free lunch program and you Spider-Man. It don't really work. So I can see why he did it because he's in high school. He didn't want to get heckled. You know, he didn't really have no good comebacks. All he could do is be webbing kids up, and then he in detention, and he got to go fight, you know, the Green Hornet or somebody like that. He don't want to do that. So I get it. I understand that. I understand his problem. Everybody else, the grown folks, Clark Kent, Metropolis, y'all wasn't even trying. Y'all knew that was Superman. Y'all just was happy to have a hero. Y'all was like, hey, we know that's Clark. But now we ain't got... Policeman was like, yeah, we know Clark Kent is Superman, but now we don't have to really fight no crime. We could just whistle, and Superman hears, and he'll come out. You know, Clark Kent never wrote an article in the newspaper. Now that I think about it, he never had a byline like Clark Kent reporter. He was just in there, and he'd hang out, he'd go with Lois Lane, and then disappear on her. You know why? Because he wasn't hanging around. He was just going there to solve crime. That's how I know the police and the governor and the mayor knew it, because they was like, hey, let him do it. Save us a little of the hard work. All right, Comedy Cafe. You know how we do it here. I bring my funny friends. They bring their comedy to you. You enjoy it in your living room until July 23rd, when you can enjoy it in the living room here in Inglewood. Come check us out. Get this party train rolling. Y'all, put your hands together for my man, Sherwin. All right!
I know you guys are like, man, what's the landlord doing here? He's gonna, okay, all right. Soon as I walked in, they selling the church. I was like, I don't know if they're selling the church. I hope not. People always think I'm the landlord. They never think I'm a comedian. They're like, oh, we love what you've done with the place. I'm like, thank you, really, it's beautiful. And you see all the decorations on the wall? Yeah, that's all me right there. So I'm so happy to be here. Give it up for Kente Scott, your host one time, putting this on for you guys, man. Kente is a 50-year-old, 20-year-old. That boy doesn't age. I don't know. He's older than me. And I'm like, the boy looks like he's 9 years old. I'm like, whatever he's drinking, I want some of that. Please give me this. You see this Bin Laden beard I got? This is 1 day of shaving. You see this? I'm so happy. I know I'm talking really, really quickly. Pete, please just pay attention, follow along, because I got to get back to my 7-Eleven. So I'm going to be running through these jokes very quickly. You guys are like, is it okay to laugh at that? I don't want to hurt his feelings. I don't know. I didn't even tell my father I was leaving today to come do this show. You know, he thinks I'm in the back working on a Slurpee machine right now. You know. He finds out I'm here. Back to Iran I go. People have so many misconceptions about Middle Eastern people. You know, they think we're all terrorists, and for the most part, we are. But aside from that, we are very... truly, we're very friendly people, I promise you. You guys are like, we'll be the judge of that. Just, you stay right there on that stage where we can see you. Yes. You go to the bathroom, we go into the bathroom. Middle Eastern people are funny, man, because we are some of the most dramatic people you'll ever. You think you're dramatic? My people are the most dramatic people on planet Earth. Do we dance like we got a headache? You know. I mean, I don't know who invented this move right here that we like to. This is our favorite move right here. This. The headache makes its way to the shoulder somehow. I don't understand. How are you supposed to go and impress a lady in a nightclub like, hey, sweetie, you want to dance? It's dramatic for no reason. Because you know what it is? We love to overcomplicate simple things, right? Like the whole world snaps like this, right? This is a universal snap, accepted all across the world. Iran is the only country that has its own snap. Hey, watch, now pay attention. What is this? What are we, starting a fire? What is this here? Don't try it, please, because I don't think they have insurance at the church. Or you're going to just, you break your finger, it's going to stay broke. But I'm serious, man. Like, look at this. There's no need for any of this craziness here. Well, I like this. This is I said don't try it. Don't, please, ma'am, don't do it, because I'm a feverish response. My finger's broken. I can't. Because if you think about it, right, the snap was invented, what, like 1 million years ago? Two dudes probably sitting down like, yeah, that works. Iranians like, no. We must make it look expensive. What if we take one hand, then take the other hand, put the two hands together, open the hand, open the finger, push up, and then push down. This is it. Gas will now be $20 million a gallon. Yes. Just dramatic. We love to overcomplicate everything. Tell you, man, I am so excited to be out of the house and doing a live show. Thank you all so much for bringing me to this, because this being in the house craziness just, whoo, being locked up with your wife. Like, men and women are not designed to spend this amount of time together in the house, all right? I love all my wives, or wife, I should say. That was a Freudian slip. Edit that off the camera. You're like, he really got 5 wives? Listen, when you're stuck in a house like this is the true test of the virus, okay? Not the virus outside. It kills you from inside. Because when you're in a house like this, you're up late at night, your sleep is messed up, you start watching TV. What comes on? Cheaters. Men, listen to me. Block out the women right now on the show. Just listen to what I'm saying. I'm going to save your life. Never in the history of humanity ever watch cheaters with your lady. Don't do this. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how strong your relationship is. You watch cheaters with your lady, it's over. Because when women hear that word cheat, their DNA changes from civilian to military. They're watching the show, but the whole time they're talking to you indirectly. If you ever. You're like, baby, I would never do. It's a TV show. I would never. No, I know it's a TV show. I'm just letting you know, if you ever. Now you're sitting here defending a future cheat that hasn't even happened yet. And people, to the guys out there, if you are cheating and that white van from Cheaters pulls up on you, that Cheaters van, you know the Cheaters van I'm talking about with all that high-tech equipment. If that van pulls up on you, do me a favor. Just admit you got caught. Apologize, play the guilty role. Don't try to get out of it with all these elaborate excuses. When white people catch you cheating, it's in 4K. I promise you this. Don't be out there, it wasn't me, it's not what it looks like. Oh, it's what it looks like. I saw one episode, man, the lady jumped out of the van, caught her man cheating, and the dude got down on his knee and proposed to the girl that caught him cheating. She starts crying, slapped him across the face and said yes. I was like, what? You're gonna say yes to, how are you gonna have a wedding and you're walking down the aisle and your guests are like, you know they got engaged on Cheaters. Don't do that. If you're gonna watch TV shows with your lady, watch something a little more uplift, like Family Feud. That's the show, I love Family Feud. That's the show you wanna watch with your lady, okay? And ladies, if you go on this show, I have a little bit of advice for you. Understand that there's a reason that those blue boxes up there are this big, okay? Your answer has to fit in that little blue box, okay? It cannot scroll into the studio next door. You ladies are on this TV show answering life problems with paragraphs. We asked 100 women, name a red flag while dating. Steve, if we've been texting all week and he been responding right away, then soon as I ask a personal question, he want to take his time to respond to me, that's a red flag for me, Steve. Show me all of that. See, women let it out. That's why they outlive us. You know that, right? Men keep it bottled in because we're tough. We're not supposed to cry. Women, they let it out, boy. Women, that's the thing. See, men, very, very direct, right? When we don't want you to do something, what do we say, guys? What do we say? Don't do that, right? When men don't want you to do something, they say, hey, don't do that. When women don't want you to do something, what do they say? Do what you want. And guys, we're so stupid. We hear do what you want. We get on the phone with our buddies like, hey, man, set this up to me. Yeah, same club, 8 o'clock. I'll be there. Come home wondering why our clothes are burnt up on the front yard. Do what you want is the last warning you get before life changes, okay? It's literally like the gas light coming on in the car. If you don't change course quickly, life will cease to exist. You could come home from a do what you want with $100 million in your pocket and she'll go, I hope it was worth it. Guys, if you go out after she says do what you want, leave the country on the carpet with me. Don't come back to her because you will not survive. I'm telling you, that do what you want. She is testing her importance in your life. And you better choose her over poker night with the guys. I'm telling you, it is a trap. Do what you want means, I dare you. James. I don't know why I said James. James just popped into my head. James sounds like a name that messes up a lot. I dare you, James. Ladies, get us on that, man. Hey, did you guys get your stimulus checks? Did anybody get these checks? I'm still waiting. I didn't get it. I got so excited about this $2,000. Remember they were talking about $2,000? Where is this $2,000 3 months later? Can somebody tell me? And I want to know who's in charge of the pothole stimulus check. This is what I want to know since we're on the topic of stimulus checks. Have you people hit a pothole in Los Angeles? Have you done this? I hit one the other day, my windshield wipers went off. These things here, these potholes are 6 feet deep. They're second graves. There's people in there. No wonder we got earthquakes in California. A 6.2 means 6 people hit 2 potholes and shook the entire state. LA's a funny place, man. I'm originally from the East Coast, man. I'm new out here to LA, and I'm not used to these 80-degree Februaries we got out here. This is different for me. But you know what's funny about LA? Every single day is 80 degrees and sunny. Let a cloud come out. This weather tripping. Look at this. I don't know what's going on. It's a cloud. It's okay. We'll get through it as a community. Don't worry. And heaven forbid it rains, people die on the freeways out here. Let it rain a little bit. Women are depressed. They think they're fat. They got on Uggs. They're drinking ramen soup. They got runny noses. They don't want to talk to anybody. Rain. I'm telling you, life in LA compared to the East Coast, life here is so laid. It's the sun. This sun just makes you like, you know what? I'll get to it tomorrow, man. Life is laid back out here, dude. People don't put laces in their shoes. They don't put license plates on their cars. Airport is named Lax. Like, what is this about? I got a kid in the house, man. I got a 2-year-old. Please, somebody teach me how to baby. This baby bin Laden I got in the house. You guys got to help me. Oh, my God. This kid is allergic to sleep. I mean, I can't give him any more Benadryl. I don't know what else to do. He just will not. Dude, I've sang to him. I've read to him. I've even showed him videos of other kids sleeping. Nothing works. How do you put these kids to sleep? How did you do it, man? Like, I can't do it. Like, when I was a kid, my parents would put me in the car and drive me around the block. Remember that? Gas is $5 a gallon now. Nobody's taking these miscellaneous trips for no reason anymore. Now you just lift the window and you hear all those cars outside. Yeah, go to sleep. That's the drive around the block now. I love talking about, I talk about race a lot, man, because I feel like you have to be able to laugh at yourself, you know, and that's why as a comedian, we observe, we see everything, and, you know, I do so many different shows. I do white shows, I do black shows, next week I'm doing Taliban Tuesdays if you guys want to come. Don't come to Taliban Tuesdays. I'm being nice, I'm being cordial. Don't come to that. That is a scary show. Taliban Tuesdays looks like one giant eyebrow that just never ends. My people scare me. I love them to death, but they, you know, sometimes your own people scare you, you know, because they never tell us who in the audience has the bomb. They just, it's him. He's the one right there. So what I was saying is, you know, when you do these different shows and you observe different cultures, I've noticed something, man. White people and black people say the same exact things. They just say them differently. That's all it is. For instance, white people say, Stephen, I've got some news that's going to knock your socks off. Black people say, Willie, you ain't going to believe this. It's the same thing. They just say it a little differently. Or for instance, white people will say, oh, good heavens, there's a sale at Target. Black people say, man, let's go see what Target talking about. Black people put more sauce on it. That's what it is. It has more flavor, you know. Thing you got to remember is white people are very, very specific. This is the thing about white people. When you mess up their salmon and asparagus in a restaurant, that's what they eat, salmon and asparagus. That's their favorite meal, salmon and asparagus. When you mess up that salmon and asparagus in a restaurant, white people want to speak to the manager and the manager only. White people speak to nobody but the manager. You get me the manager now. Get me the manager. I want to talk to the manager. Where's the manager? Get me the manager now. Black folks, you guys don't really care who you speak to. I know somebody better tell me something. It's the same thing. It just say it a little. You don't believe, hey, go next time you go out to dinner, sit next to white people. I'm telling you, just observe this. You will see what I'm talking about, especially at the end of the night. When the bill comes, oh, this one, white people kill each other when that bill comes. Because they all want to pay the bill. White people can't wait to pay the bill. Bill be $6,288. White people dive headfirst into the middle of the table. Give it to me, don't you touch it. Slide it over, Scooter. I'm paying this bill. Black folks, you guys get the bill, you lose your memory. Wait a minute, I didn't order all this. No. I know I ate it, but I didn't order it. That's what I'm saying. Wait, hold up. I found a problem right here. Did one of y'all mess around and order gratuity? What is this? What is this? Oh, it's automatically added. The parties are 6 or more? Oh, no. Somebody better tell me something. I'm so happy. Listen, man, I tour a lot with Kente, man, and the more I hang out with, I love him to death, great kid. I can't hang out with Kente too much because I'm starting to pick up black habits. I am. See, I'm starting to show up to things late. You know, I have a side piece now. Yeah, it's allowed in my country. It's just not allowed in yours. Don't worry. Don't ooh and ah me. It is allowed. Here's how I knew. Here's how I knew I'm picking up black habits. The other day, I took a bite of my sandwich and I started dancing. I was like, Black people are the only people that can pull this off, by the way. Dance and eat. Something about food makes you guys dance. I don't know. It's the coolest thing in the world. My people would trip over each other and kill each other. We need to be seated when we're eating all that rice and curry. We can't dance while we're eating. That's not going to happen. I'm telling you, man, I'm picking up black habits. And it's fun because this show tonight, I was shocked because normally when you perform for black folks, the shows are totally different. Totally different than white shows. Black shows, when they tell you the show's going to start at 8 o'clock, you got about a 2.5 hour grace period. That show can start anywhere in there. Black shows start so late, they don't even put a time on a flyer. It just says tonight. I called the club up. I'm like, hey, so what time you guys start? And they're like, oh, we'll be over there, baby. We'll be over there, baby. I try to get some clues. I'm like, yeah, what, 7, 8, 9, yeah, all that. Just come. My friends are like, Sherman, we want to see you to perform tonight. I'm like, yeah, just come. Black people just do things so much. You guys just, you put flavor on things. You guys call it swag, I guess, right? You add so much flavor to it, you know? Like, for instance, at work, right? When the computers go down, okay? You ever have that happen? When the computers go down at work, white people are genuinely upset when the computers go down at work. This is ridiculous. I can't get any work done. Black people, look at God. Won't he do it? Hey, I'm Sherwin and Ray. You guys have been a lot of fun. God bless you. Give it up for your host, Kente Scott, one time, and your producer, Dino. Thank you so much. I love you guys. God bless you. Good night.
Almost to the finish line, y'all. Been 14 months. This COVID thing hit us. We still been bringing y'all funny for 14 months straight. Y'all done seen over 100 comics through the Comedy Cafe every Friday. All free, all funny, for the most part. But, you know, Governor Gavin Newsom said California gonna open back up mid-June. So in July, the fourth Friday in July, the Comedy Cafe is back live. To all our people who've been supporting us, we want to thank you for supporting us every Friday for the last 14 months on Facebook Live through Faithful Central. We appreciate y'all, but we got 4 more shows. We got June, so we still gonna bring you this funny in June. But in July, you can show up. You can show up and show out. Yes, get these live jokes again.